man of the people, billionaire, and attempted big gulp banner, Michael Bloomberg. He's paid fines for 32,000 felons in Florida so that they can vote. Because there's a law in Florida that was passed in 2018, I would argue stupid, reinstating voting rights for felons that dictated they could register only if they pay all fines, fees, and restitution, sometimes totaling more than $1,000 owed to the government. So I think there's carve-outs for specifically only sexual assault and murder is what I found. So if you actually commit like robbery or just normal assault, like assault regular, Bloomberg can just pay assault zero.
I think he wrote in. He said, as long as it's not big gulp assault, it's okay.
Yeah. Think about this so you in Florida. Let's walk through this here. You can strong arm a liquor store for a pack of Camels or Cools. That's probably your pick. You can strong arm a liquor store for a pack of Cools and Colt 45. You go to jail. You come out, or you haven't served your fine. You haven't paid your fine. Bloomberg, billionaire, comes in because he wants to buy your vote, pays your fine, and then you get to vote in for the government that establishes laws regarding armed assault.
Well, he can't buy the presidency, so he's got to buy something. He's got to buy something. Yeah. Buy it for somebody else.
I hope he spends every dollar.
If you disregard the laws, why do you get to vote on the laws? Now, I understand the difference between a non-violent offender.
Right.
We talked about this yesterday. I think that non-violent felons, for example, like I don't know if it's tax evasion or let's say even if it's theft. I don't know when theft becomes a felony. Like probably not stealing from a supermarket.
It's usually based on the amount or the type.
Right.
It's aggravated.
But let's say it's not violent. You know what I mean? I don't think you should lose your Second Amendment right once you've served your debt to society. However, if you have committed serious felonies that are violations of laws that infringe on other people's rights, I don't think that you should vote on laws protecting people's rights. And keep in mind, too, in Florida, they're neck and neck, Donald Trump and Biden. And last time it was separated, it was something like a few hundred votes.
Yeah, it was a tiny
small
margin.
Amount of votes.
Fortunately, right now, Biden actually, it's 45-41, I think, was the last one that I saw.
Biden
actually,
has 45?
No, Trump now. Trump is actually edged ahead.
Well, that's because
that's fantastic.
We used to wait for the cavalry, showing up around the hill. Now it's just you're waiting for Cubans.
Well, and why does Bloomberg want to pay for this? It's because he knows that these felons are going to vote for his guy.
Right.
Well, he hopes that
you
at
know
least,
who hates
right?
felons? Cubans. That's the mistake that the left has made with immigration, with illegal immigrants. They've just taken all Spanish-speaking. I think it was in Miami-Dade County, right? 2/3 of the people who responded in Spanish, which means they probably don't even speak English, right? They're probably Telemundo. They responded that they supported Donald Trump. And I think the big mistake is people who are Spanish-speaking here, people who are legal immigrants, they do not want to be lumped in with illegal immigrants, and they don't want to be single-issue voters in opening up the border and not building a wall, especially Cuban Americans. That is a huge shift for Florida because Cuban Americans were the most overwhelmingly Republican voting bloc, and then they switched. They broke for Obama for a while. I think just because a lot of people did, kind of like Donald Trump. Obama was an unknown. He was charismatic, so a lot of people voted for him. But now Cuban Americans have broken overwhelmingly for Donald Trump. And it's surprising. I don't have these numbers exactly, but I kind of have to piecemeal them. Everyone who is from South America or Latino who is not Mexican is almost all inherently conservative on individual issues.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so there is a foothold there that you can get, but they might be voting Democrat. The difference is, of course, a lot of people from Mexico directly have family members who are illegal immigrants because of close proximity. People in Chile, people, even if you go down further, Brazil, people from, even if you go to, the Caribbean.
How about
do you say
Patagonia?
Caribbean or do you say Caribbean?
I don't know.
I say Caribbean.
Well, Cubans. The point is, if they're not Mexican, they're surprisingly more conservative, and they don't like being lumped in with illegal immigrants.
Right.
So I think that Democrats have really misgauged that.
They really have it. Democrats' whole plan has been to go after the Latino vote. We've seen that in every primary. We've seen it in every presidential election so far. And in the new numbers from Florida, Donald Trump is doing very well.
He's doing better than Biden.
Yes, he is. Very well.
Not comparatively, he's beating Biden.
He's beating Biden. And also in Arizona, another place where that's going to matter a lot, he's up now. Trump is up by a point in Arizona when he's been down for quite a while.
I thought he might lose Arizona.
Yeah, I think it's 46. 45. The margin of error is still, I think, 3 or 2.5 to 3.5, somewhere in there. So it's still within the margin of error, but it's a huge shift. Like you're seeing this movement when they're like playing Despacito.
Are you sure about that?
This morning.
Oh my God.
Well, one poll. Okay, I've seen the rolling
It was the ABC News.
Ooh, and that's a really biased poll.
But it was likely voters and not just registered voters, right? Wow. The people that are likely to go out and vote. Both of those, the numbers I gave you from Florida and Arizona, ABC this morning.
Yeah,
So,
I don't see a world in which
happening.
Donald Trump does not win Arizona and Florida.
It'll be
and
close,
can't win
but
the
yeah,
election.
I think so.
If he loses, for example, like Texas and Missouri, which RCP has as toss-ups, I can't see a world in which Donald Trump loses Texas or Missouri and doesn't lose every single state.
Yeah, right. I mean,
we should be the last to go.
If you're in that world, you're. I mean, there's not going to be any states. I mean, there's like 3 or 4.
Exactly.
But I think what it is that again, the backfiring of the progressive left is that you're viewing people in blocks based on their skin color, ethnicity,
and black bloc.
Yeah.
Right. Or for example, you've got Vice President Biden saying, "Oh, well, there's not as much diversity in the black community as there is in the different types."
They're
of
all
Latino
black,
community," which is
What
an
about the
admission
shades?
that he knows there are differing voting blocks within the Latino community.
Right.
But
Yeah.
they're just saying it's just Latino. All we're going to hit is immigration.
Right.
But not realizing that there's a strong contingent of religious conservative voters who are looking for a reason to vote conservative.
Right.
If they
they really
can,
are.
if there's any way they can, or they don't think that Vice President Biden is going to see them other than a checkbox to get to the election, they're not going to do it. And that's something that they're just continually ignoring. While they say they're going for the Latino vote, they're not actually working towards addressing the issues in those communities.
Well, they are for illegal immigrants. By the way, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed on YouTube because subscriptions don't mean a whole lot. We do this show Monday through Thursday every morning live, and we take your chat 10 a.m. Eastern. Next week, we have the big stream on Tuesday night. The theme, by the way, is old school boxing, so send in your costumes.
Nice.
And
Next
then
week is Tyson's?
we have a break on Wednesday, Thursday, because we are going to be in Lansing at the state capitol. Some major scoop to unveil down there, and we're actually going to be encouraging you to take part in activism because Governor Whitmer, I've got your number, sweetheart. So that's going to be Friday. Is that October 2nd or 3rd? Friday, October 2nd? October 2nd. I think it's at noon. Noon, Lansing State
You
Capitol.
got the numbers from her.
I got the number. I don't have the numbers yet. But see, now you're foreshadowing.
You let it out the bag.
It's all the old people she killed that she hasn't really revealed the numbers. So Governor Whitmer, we're coming. We got a request for you, sweetheart, and it's not to lower your boat over there in Charlevoix.
And then Saturday's the big fight, right?
Saturday, the fight with Chris Cuomo.
Yeah, so that's
so much.
And you've got a full week.
packed.
I've bit off more than I can chew. All right. In the world of I was about to say de Blasio, Bloomberg. Bloomberg.
Close to the same.
I didn't know you slept with people like Bloomberg. I know it wasn't Bloomberg.
I got it.
But
was a niche.
he would have people like Kyle Rittenhouse and people like James Gardner, who are the story about. Those people would be locked up or dead, which is actually what we have.
Right.
And people like Scurlock could vote. People like Jacob Blake could vote. So
Right.
people who
Yeah.
commit violent felonies can vote, and people who defend themselves lose their right to live freely
like.
in the United States of America.
Watch Good Morning Mug Club live every Monday through Thursday at 10:15 Eastern.